everyone, and once again, welcome back to the DSA with DAX series. Myself, Dax Patel, and today we're gonna solve question number 242 of Leetcode. It's basically valid anagram, and today is the 30 of our series as far as we completed 30 days in our DSA series. Okay, so we are on our track. Just stay consistent. Yesterday we solved a question like uh, first unique character in a string. It's basically 387 of lead code question number. Okay, where we checking for that which character is non-repeating in our given string, and we'll checking it on like frequency array, and then afterward we are doing this. Okay, so I hope you got to watch yesterday's video. If not, link in I button, you can check out the yesterday's video and solve the yesterday's question. Okay, so now we move to the our this feature. This is DSA series where we started from absolute beginner, and now we are in our advanced phase. Okay, I hope you got clearing about our series and each and every video. If you find any doubts in any like video, you can ask me in comments. I'll try to solve your doubts. Okay, so first I'll explain this question. Afterward, we move to the examples. Then, after we can discuss about all possible approaches. After that, we move to the our code part, and then after I'll like explain time and space complexity for that code. And at the end, we can see tomorrow's questions. Okay, so let's start with the question explanation. So question is given two string. You have given a two string S and T. Okay, you have to return true or false. Okay, if T is an anagram of S, our given T string is an anagram of our given S string. So you have to return true. And if there is not anagram of our given string S, so you have to return false. Okay, just you have to return true false. Just checking one condition is that our S string sorry is that our T string is anagram of S or not. Okay, you just have to check that part. So we move to the example one. Input S equal to anagram and T equal to nagram. Okay, so it's basically true. And let me clear, anagram means basically the character in a string should be same, but the order of the character is changed. That's called anagram. Okay, length of the both string is same, character with character count is same in both string, just the character order is changed. That's called anagram of a string. Okay, so here you can see, okay, three times a, okay, one time a, one time r, one time m, one time n. Okay, so here also you can check out that three time a, one time r, one time m, one time n, one time g. Okay, each and everything is same, length of the both string is also same, just order of like sequence is changed. Okay, that's called anagram. Okay, so here we can put true. Okay, because this is correct. Here you can see rate and car. Okay, the word in both string are don't does not same, so we return false. Okay, we can check out the condition. S dot length is greater or equal to 1. Okay, S dot length is greater or equal to 1, and T dot length is less than or equal to 5 into 10 to the power 4. Okay, S and T consist of lower case English letters. Okay, so they directly cleared that they only contain lowercase English letters, so you don't have to worry about that part. Okay, so this is our question. Okay, and here are some follow up the given. What if the input contains Unicode characters? How would you adapt your solution to such a case? Okay, also we can solve this follow up. Okay, but after the completion of our like one or two approaches code, and the late completing discuss about time and space complexity, and after that we can come to this follow up. Okay, so now we'll focus about the our approaches, and afterward we can code, and at the end we can see. So for this question we'll go through like uh, frequency array, where we can take twice frequency array which can storing each and everything, like each and every character code and its value with the like yesterday's question we I created one frequency array with the 26 like 26 digits value, and it's filled with 0, and after that we can storing each and every 26 character and then count of each character, and later we comparing both. Okay, the both is at the same, then we can directly wrote this is true. If not, we can move on. Okay. So, one more approach we can do that we can use three or four inbuilt function in a line in a such order that is possible. Like we can firstly split from each and every character. After that, we can sort it so it will becomes in a order like A, B, C, D at that order, and then we can join and compare if the both order is same. Okay, because we sort both strings, so it will easy to find out that this is anagram or not, because at that time if you have like one string with DAX and another string with XAD, okay, but if you sort it each and every becomes ATX, you can directly equal and check out that what is this is anagram or not. So we can use that inbuilt function in a search order, so this is possible. Let me start with the first approach where we can starting with the character count and frequency. And one more directly we can use. Okay, they don't mention it in question that our s and t length is equal. Okay, so if s and t length is does not equal, we directly return false and we don't have to run entire code. Okay, if s and t is does not equal their length, we use return false. Okay, now we have to take some variables. Let count s equal to new array of 26 size, and we have to fill 0. We in almost cases we using fill 0, but there are some rarest conditions where we have to fill something, so you have to be prepared for that and not downing each and every required thing. 26. Okay, also fill 0. Okay, now we have our two variable like frequency arrays. Okay, now I'll take one for loop. Let I is equal to 0, I is less than s dot length I plus plus. Okay, count of s s dot character code at, okay, I. Again we use here minus 97 to take each and every character smalls. Okay, and plus plus of value count of t dot character code at I minus 97 plus plus. Okay, now this part is completed where we'll store our each and every values. Now we have to take just one if condition to figure out is that is correct or not. So if s dot length is not equal to, wait, we will take it this condition already. Here we want a condition to check it out that count of what is count of s of I is not equal to count of t of I. Okay, and then we move to the return false. Okay, so we are here taking a condition. Okay, I'll forgot to take something. Here we want a loop to, because we have to iterate in our frequency array, so we have to take one for loop. My mistake. Let I is equal to 0. Okay, and I is less than 26, because we know we have only maximum 26 characters, so I am directly taking less than that part. And after that each and everything is completed, I just have to end this. Okay, now corrected. Okay, we want one last condition. return true. Okay, if nothing is false, then we have to return true. I'll run that part and we'll know that this is correct or not. Okay, you can check out our answer is accepted. Now we'll submit for further lead code test cases. It will like sooner we get got it. Our answer is pass each and every test cases or not. So it's basically okay. Our answer is accepted. All 53 test cases are passed. So this is our first approach where we going through the like multiple loops and frequency error. Now I'll sort out that part. Okay, removing this whole process and we'll move to the simpler one. Okay. We have to take this if condition, okay, because in case they given us like a different length, we have to directly check that part and remove that it spells and lesser code we have to run. Okay, that's why we taking that if condition. So now we have to take let. Okay, I am taking sorted variable. Okay, sorted s is equal to s dot. First of all, we'll split it. Okay, split. Now here is a string. It's basically name of something like that word where nothing is in a space. So I'll directly split each and every word. Okay, not gap nothing. Okay, I'll now split it from a split, n split, like that. Each and everything will be splitted. After that, we have to whatever we have to sort it. Okay, so it will become in order A B C D like that. Okay, if twice A, so twice A, B, thrice C like that. Okay, so it will be sorted now. Okay, now we have to join also it, because if we does not join, it will stay in like that. We join with no space. Okay, so like our A string is sorted. Now we have to sort T T dot split. Okay, string is splitted. Now we have to sort it. Now we join it. Okay, I hope you got clear about that part. And now we here use directly return sorted s triple equal to sorted t. If it's correct, it will return true. If it's false, return false. Directly, I am gonna submit that part. Okay. Like it's likely it's correct. Okay, it's correct. Each and everything will be fine working. Okay. So here that approach where we move to the directly inbuilt based on inbuilt functions, split, sort, and join. We already learned and we are doing multiple questions in this inbuilt function. So you have to know this function and try to think about in which question this is possible and you can do that. So this is our second approach is completed. Okay, with the okay, let me see you something. This okay, this if condition, I'll remove that if condition. I first submit this run these three test cases. Okay, you can see that our three test cases are accepted. Now I'll submit for all lead code test cases. So you can see that this is also accepted. But that if condition, why I'm taking that if condition? To the code should be completed as sooner as possible. In test cases, they given you some, so we'll check for that and directly eliminate that cases with returning false. Okay, so it will make code faster. Okay, as much as you can eliminate things in your to checking. Okay, so it will convert your code to the faster way. Okay, so now we discuss about the time and space complexity for our code. So for first approach, okay, we using in first approach where we taken and two two frequency arrays, okay, and two for loops with the or 1 to the n length, okay, first to the nth length. For that, our both loop has order of n time complexity. So time complexity should be order of n. We does not using nested loop, okay. like one for loop or inside one for loop. So for that code, time complexity is order of n and space complexity is order of 1, because the length they are given to us is 5 to 10 to the power 4, and we are using maximum 26 variable. So that does not count in order of anything, it will income in order of 1. Space complexity is order of 1 and time complexity is order of n for our first approach. Now we discuss about the second approach. For second approach, our space complexity is order of n. Okay, why this is order of n? We are storing entire string. Okay, a string and t string, we're storing both string. Okay, the memory of, like you assume, for a string is 2 MB, for t string is 2 MB, and we storing again that 2 MB like in sorted s and sorted t form. So that's why our space complexity becomes order of n in this second approach. Okay, and now we discuss about time complexity. For that, you thinking might be thinking that how you can calculate time complexity. Time complexity is order of 1. You does not using any for loop or like that. But not. Time complexity does not work like that. Inbuilt function has its own time complexity. Okay. Split function is order of n time complexity because it will moving from the first index to last index to split your array or string. Okay, so split has order of n time complexity. Okay, sort has or n order of n log n time complexity because first sort move to the first to last and substitute that values in a such order to which will become sorted. Okay, so for sort is time complexity is order of n log n. Okay, for join, time complexity is order of n. Okay, join because it will just have to moving from first to last. Okay, first index, second index, it will remove that indexes and convert it into the one string or one array. Okay, so for join is time complexity is order of n, and for comparison, time complexity should be is order of n. Here is comparison happening. Okay, so for that code, our this code time complexity becomes order of n log n because we have to take worst and worst cases. So it will become sort, and sort for sort is order of n log n. So time complexity for second approach is order of n log n and space complexity is order of n. Okay. I hope you got clear about how to find the time complexity of split and like each and every inbuilt functions, and you cleared that inbuilt function as that O1 time complexity and space complexity. So okay, now we move to your follow-up part. I hope you got clear about the time and space complexity part of this code. Okay, so firstly I'll explain the follow-up. What if inputs contain Unicode characters? So basically Unicode characters are that characters which does not have fixed like character code. Okay, if they given us your alpha, beta, character of any languages, okay, at the rate and like that, such characters which does not have like fixed character code. They have character code, but you does not know which for where which character code and how many size of sequence array you have to take, how many would how would your adapt your solution to such a cases. Okay, you have to modify your code in such a way that this type of Unicode character should be accepted in your code. Okay, and it will be working now your code if they give us like that test cases. Okay, you have to modify your code according that part. So firstly I make our that if condition. Okay, now I remove this part, we does not need this for our current working. For this approach we have to take one count object. It's startingly we taking as empty. One for loop we iterating from I equal to 0 to I is less than s dot length. Okay, and I plus plus I plus plus each and every time. Okay, so here I have to take one condition, count of character, okay, is equal to, okay, count of character is equal to count of character for 0, so plus 1. Okay, If our character count of character is equal to character of count, value is 0, increase this value by 1. Now we're taking one more for loop for let I equal to 0. So I is less than, wait, let me modify this for loop, okay? We're using this type of condition each and every time, okay? Now what we are gonna do is let character of s. Now it's mean each and every character of our s, okay? So again I'm printing this part. So let character of t, okay? You know we'll write that traditional syntax, or we can write that both is same. So that's why I'm moving with that. If character, wait, what can I do? Okay, first we will check our condition count. Okay, count of character is not equal to, so we'll return false. Okay, and if it's equal count of character minus minus. Okay, now whole thing completed. We just have one condition, return true. Okay, so I'll run this and we'll get to know if this is correct or not. Okay, so you can check out that if this is accepted. So what I am doing is here is we replaced our like frequency array with the count object, which objects contain key of as value and its pair with the count. Okay, how many count this variable is repeating, and afterward we are checking if the value which is currently in character of t does not same equal like value of t, you are assume you are at a 5 index, okay, and it will showing you that c is there with one count, and you are checking in your count like count object that c is at 1. C is currently count is 1, but you does not have c, so your c count should be 0. So you will directly check that this is false and this is does not anagram, and you will move to the if there is same, you can subtract its value by 1, and afterward, you can check out that if such each and everything is possible, you return that this is true and each and everything will be fine. So I'll submit and you got to know about like this is finally true. Okay. So this is the called follow solution. Now I think we have to see this code's time and space complexity because we wrote such a new code. So maybe we have to check out that time and space complexity for that. So time complexity for this code is like for this for loop is order of n, and again this for loop is also order of n. So both time complexity is order of n. This for loop does not nested, so we can call time complexity is order of n. And now for space complexity, we are taking count. Okay, count as a new object for storing each and every unique character. So for that purpose, our like space complexity becomes order of k. Okay, order of k, not order of n, because or like k is the unique character in our s and t string. Okay, so that's why it's basically order of k. You does not know if that is similar number or different number, so that's why you have to take a new character, and that is order of k. And below that you have to mention that k is the unique character in T and S strings. Okay, so this is the time complexity, like this is the space complexity for the our current approach, and time complexity is order of n. So now we'll move to the tomorrow's question part. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna solve question. Okay, question number 231. It's basically power of 2. Okay, this one question we're gonna solve tomorrow. Wait, I can fix this. Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna solve this question. It's basically power of 2. Okay, where given an integer n, okay, you have given an integer and return true if a power of 2. Okay, if the n is power of 2, otherwise return first if like your n is yeah, equal to 2 to the power x, so you have to return true, and if not, you can return false. Like here, this one, an integer n is the power of 2 if there exists an integer f, such as, okay, they given you it form like n equal to the power x, so you can take that x is a power of 2 and you can return true that this is a power of 2. Example, when you can see n is equal to 1, true, 2 to the power 0 is equal to n is 16, so this is also true because 2 to the power 4 becomes 16, and equal to 3 is false. Okay, so conditions they only given you to a minus 231 less than or greater than, okay, is n, and n is less than, n is greater than and equal to minus 231, and n is less than and equal to 231, 2 to the power 31. Okay, that is two massive number. So it's basically widely ranged. You have to code according to, right? Okay, we are using JavaScript, so it will does not affect. But if we're using C++, we have to take the hint for that part. Okay, so they also given you follow-up condition. Could you solve it without loop test recursions? Okay, this is follow-up solution. You have to try to solve this question by this follow-up solution also. And tomorrow's video we also gonna solve this follow-up solution like today's. Okay, and I hope you got clear about today's question, each and everything. And after solving this question, you have to post it on LinkedIn and Twitter, mention me. Okay, and one more thing about that, if you not started yet DSA with the series, link in I button, start from the day one where I'll explain each and everything about this series and how you can master this DSA series. Okay, so for mastering DSA, you have to stay consistent and give efforts to DSA while try to do question by multiple approach, think about logic and like that. So you can master DSA. Okay, so I hope you have like no doubts. If you find doubts, ask me in comments. Thanks for watching the video. We'll meet on tomorrow's video.